Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out in Lightning Overdrive. Plunder Patrols are going to be getting some more support with the new card, and on top of that, any deck that is really heavily involved in a normal trap card is definitely going to be benefiting for this card called Booby Game, which I'm sure its name will be changed in the TCG. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into these cards. So the first card that we're going to be taking a look at is Booby Game. It is a normal trap card. Even though it does show the live twins as artwork, it can definitely be used in a lot of different decks. But it's a normal trap card that says you can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. The first effect is if a monster or monster battles during damage calculation, you take no battle damage from that battle. The second part of the effect is if the set card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can target up to 2 normal traps in your graveyard except for Booby Game and set them to your field. They can be activated this turn. So obviously this is a really good effect. I'm so glad that they didn't make it so those 2 cards are the only cards that you can activate for the rest of the turn after. So that's really good. So any deck that is heavily going to be relying on traps could definitely benefit from this. And on top of that, you might be thinking like, well, how are you going to force your opponent to get rid of it? There are some other cards that can do it, but like off the top of my head, I think Artifact Rendell is a card that most people are familiar with, where it forces your opponent's effect to go ahead and destroy 1 spell trap your opponent controls, which will be one of your cards. A lot of times people would use this with like Waking the Dragon. Any deck that would maybe play Mystic Mind, those kinds of things could kind of benefit from that play style of having back row that your opponent might want to go ahead and disrupt. Good cards that you can make easy access to. Obviously, you impermanence, it goes right to the graveyard. Maybe your opponent goes first, and then you go ahead and make like Rendell. And the thing that's really nice with this is that if they see Durendal, if they note the effect, they're going to be using a card to basically force out the effect of it, and then you're going to have an imperm, and then you could even maybe add Sanctum right back, and then go ahead and lock your opponent out, or whatever the case may be. You can also make use out of Evenly Match, although pretty much if you successfully pull off an evenly match, you should be a-okay in the game state. You'll usually have a pretty big advantage, but I'm just thinking about cards that people are actually using as far as trap cards, because remember, it has to be a normal trap card, so pretty much all the Psalms are out of the way, unless you talk about like some Psalms that no one else plays. But Bottomless is also a pretty decent card. I know with Trap Trick specifically, this could be another card that you guys can consider, and I still think Torrential Tribute is a pretty decent card right now in the game. But those are some cards I can think of at the top of my head that like most people can use. But if there's any other cool combos with this, definitely let me know it down below. As the first part of the effect, it's like a Wabaku from that battle only, so that's not really where it's going to be used. It's really only used to go ahead and go +1, being able to go ahead and add another normal trap card over there. But next up, we have another card, again, the Plunder Patrol card called Raven Wing, the Plunder Patrol Pilot. So this is also coming out in Lightning Overdrive. It is a level 4 Water Fiend effect monster with 1000 attack and 1000 defense points, and its effect reads that you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. The first part of the effect is you could target 1 Plunder Patrol monster in your graveyard, except for Ravenwing, the Plunder Patrol Pilot. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except Plunder Patrol monsters. Also special summon this card from your hand. If you do, add that target to your hand. So that's a pretty decent little effect for them. And then that's not it. The second part of the effect is if this card is sent from your hand or a monster zone to the graveyard, you get to target a Plunder Patrol monster in your spell and trap zone and special summon it in defense, but it's almost like that Crystal Beast, man. But I don't really play Plunder Patrols. Let me know, guys, how is this going to affect Plunder Patrols? I haven't even seen anyone play them in quite some time, but maybe this will be the card that really makes people consider running that archetype once again. But anyways, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, and if you are new here and you do want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the future, subscribe, turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see more very soon. But take care, guys, and I will catch you on the next video. And I'm out. Peace.